The Lagos sun beat down, but inside Mama Ngozi's buka, the air was cool with the promise of good food and even better company. Kunal, a young architect with dreams as tall as the skyscrapers he designed, watched Simi laugh. Her laughter, free and melodious, was a tune he'd fallen in love with in university, a tune that had been silenced when she'd moved to Abuja. Now, she was back, and his heart sang. He remembered their first meeting, the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about her dreams of opening a fashion house. Now, those dreams seemed within reach for both of them. He reached across the table, taking her hand, and the world outside faded. Weeks turned into months, and Kunal and Simi were inseparable. Their love story was the talk of their friends. Kunal, working tirelessly on a major government project, saw their future clearly, a beautiful home, a family, and Simi's fashion business flourishing. He shared his plans with her one evening, his voice filled with hope. This project, Simi, it's going to change everything. We can finally build the life we've always talked about. Simi smiled, but a flicker of something unreadable crossed her eyes. Later that week, she met with Chief Obafemi, a powerful and notoriously wealthy businessman who had a reputation for getting what he wanted. He'd shown interest in her fashion ideas, but his gaze lingered a little too long. His words laced with a different kind of promise, one of instant gratification. He whispered promises of a fully funded fashion empire, a life of luxury she wouldn't have to wait for. Kunal's project hit a snag. Critical documents, including vital financial proposals and structural blueprints, went missing from his secure office. Panic set in. He worked day and night, trying to retrace his steps, but the papers were nowhere to be found. The pressure was immense. Simi, meanwhile, grew distant. She was often out, dressed in new, expensive clothes, her phone constantly buzzing with messages she'd quickly hide. One evening, Kunal saw her in Chief Obafemi's sleek, black car, pulling away from a high-end restaurant. He dismissed it as a business meeting, but a cold knot of dread began to tighten in his stomach. The investigation into the missing documents intensified. One of Kunal's colleagues, a young man named Emeka, who had been secretly observing Simi's increasingly lavish lifestyle and her frequent meetings with Chief Obafemi, finally approached Kunal with a heavy heart. He showed Kunal photos, discreetly taken, of Simi handing over a large envelope to Chief Obafemi in a secluded car park, an envelope that bore the faint watermark of Kunal's architectural firm. The truth hit Kunal like a physical blow. The missing documents, the whispers of Chief Obafemi's involvement in underhanded dealings to sabotage competitors, it all clicked into place. His Simi, the woman he loved, had betrayed him for money for the promise of a life of ease. The betrayal devastated Kunal. He lost the project. His reputation was tarnished, and his dreams lay shattered. Simi, with Chief Obafemi's backing, quickly launched her lavish fashion house. She had the money, the recognition, the high society life she'd craved. But it felt hollow. The cheers of the crowd at her fashion shows, the expensive champagne, it couldn't fill the void. She saw Kunal sometimes, a ghost of his former self, walking past her boutique, his eyes devoid of the light that once shone for her. Each sighting was a stab to her heart. The glittering world she had bought with betrayal was a cage, and the price she paid was her peace. Years passed. Chief Obafemi, true to his character, moved on to new ventures and new, younger faces. Simi's fashion empire, built on a shaky foundation, began to crumble without his ruthless backing. She was left with a shell of her dreams and the heavy weight of her choices. One rainy evening, she saw Kunal again, this time at a small, unassuming art gallery. He was laughing, genuinely laughing, with a beautiful woman. He looked content, at peace, the light back in his eyes. Simi watched them, tears blurring her vision. The life she had sacrificed for money, the love she had thrown away, was now flourishing in someone else's arms. The regret was a bitter, unbearable taste in her mouth, a constant reminder of the price of gold. She realized, with a crushing certainty, that she had lost everything that truly mattered.